ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So here it's saying from the very beginning of his childhood, Prahlad Maharaj was uninterested in childish playing things. Indeed, he gave them up altogether and remained silent and dull, being fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Since his mind was always affected by Krishna consciousness, he could not understand how the world goes on being fully absorbed in the activities of sense gratification. Actually, it's talking about Mahabhagavat. We are here, how long devotees are highest? Here, how many years? What is it?
15 years.
Huh?
15 years.
15 years. 15 years, sometimes I don't see. Sometimes some people I see 15 months and then don't see. Prabhupada said, longer one is, you have to understand he has some purity. Without purity, you cannot stay. So it's saying the Mahabhagavad, they say the different types of devotees there. I don't want to go detailed, you go general. Here is talking about Mahabhagavad. Actually, in general, there are three categories of devotees. One is neophyte, one is Konishta Adhikari called. Konishta means junior most. Then Madhyam Adhikari, it is intermediate stage. And then is Uttam Adhikari. So somebody, there are different perspective also, how you see things. So let us see this way, as the devotees, they are situated in general here. Who is a Kanishta Adhikari? He gives emphasis on deity form of the Lord. He knows here is God, that's all. But it's little advanced, he gives more importance to the devotee. Then he is Madhyam Adhikari, symptom is next little advanced. He try to love God. He make friendship with the devotees. He avoids with the atheistic. And those who are balo, that means innocent, like a boy, small, try to bring him to Krishna consciousness. It's compassion. But as far as Uttam Adhikari, he has got many symptoms. One symptom is, he sees everybody is serving Krishna, but he is not serving. We should not copy Uttam Adhikari. Oh, see, ISKCON is a preaching movement. Even Prabhupada may be highest platform, but still he comes down to preach, take the role of Madhyam Adhikari. So ISKCON is a preaching movement. So everybody is encouraged at least to come to Madhyam Adhikari. And Madhyam Adhikari symptom is saying, this is one, from one angle of vision. There is another angle there. Also. One is Shraddha, in terms of Shraddha. One could be Konishta in terms of his type of Shraddha. One could be Madhyam in terms of Shraddha. And there is Uttam. So, we can go further detail. But before that, we should know the science of Krishna consciousness. It starts with, one should have little Shraddha, so-called, as here we are discussing, uh, listening. Somebody listening with rapt attention. This is some Shraddha, so with some eagerness. This is one type of Shraddha, but it is not very high class. The Adau Shraddha, this is the beginning of devotional service. It is not bhakti. Shraddha is not bhakti, but Shraddha is very important. If you have Shraddha, then he comes to hear what the sadhu is saying. Of course, there is symptom of sadhu also. Dress is not sadhu. In scripture it mentioned who is sadhu. So Adau Shraddha, then when he is listening, at one point, sadhu sangha, he is associating with the sadhus by hearing. Then one day, his Shraddha getting little deeper, listening because of association. The sadhu sangha is doing, again he seriously associates with the sadhu. At one point, he makes relationship with him. He will listen to his words, follow his instruction. Though ceremonially, he will give initiation. It's called Shishya. Shishya means, the word Shishya comes from Shas Dhatu. Shas means one who deserves to be chastised. Now, if you think you are disciple, you won't mind your Guru chastise you. That is his blessing. Otherwise, you cannot get rid of all your bad, unwanted things within your heart. It's like an axe. Axe is heavy, at the same time very sharp. So real sadhu, in order to get rid of all his dirty things from his heart, he will say very strong words. Actually, this is real sadhu. Then he can become free from all dirty things. That is his blessing actually. So he is like somebody is tied up. He is attached to many things, tied up. To become free from it is very difficult. So unless somebody is liberated, somebody is free from these ties, he cannot free another one. Grossly, so many things we are tied up, attached. There are also subtle ties. So that is why the subtle ties are called guna. Guna means somebody in the mode of passion, somebody in the mode of ignorance. Almost the whole world is in a mode of passion or ignorance. Ignorance means he is crazy, he is in darkness. He doesn't know what is what. He is lazy. He procrastinates. And mode of passion means in general, he has got unlimited desire. Unlimited. He fulfills his desire. In order to fulfill, he works very, very hard. That is whole world is. Mode of passion. His desire is fulfilled, again he has got more desire. He is never satisfied. This is what world is. Trying to gratify his senses, either gross, if not subtle. Gross is related to the sense objects and senses. Who is free from that? Yogi is trying to become free. That's why it's called yoga. Yoga means controlling senses. But bhakti means little different. Bhakti means Swarupena Bhavastiti. He is established in his constitutional position. What is constitutional position? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, every living entity is a part and parcel of God. So he has got a relationship with God. Relation is, he is the eternal master, we are his eternal servant. The moment we are in that position, we are, whatever you are doing for his pleasure, serving him, surrender to him and serve him, then you become free. Then senses become pure. As you become pure, you are rendering service. You are rendering devotional service. Those who are trying to control senses artificially, sometimes they fail, like Vishwamitra. They are advanced, no doubt, but it won't work. But if you are in a constitutional position, then engaging senses in the service of the master of the senses, of course, you have to give up material desire. Either gross and at the same time also subtle. Just like Kurmi, Gyani, or Yogi. And also, at the same time, gradually you have to give up all false ego, all designation material. It is either gross or subtle. Gross is, I belong to this country, I have this body. So related to the body, I am Bengali, I am Indian, American, all this. This is was a deeply rooted dirt, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Cheto Darpana Marjana, first cleanse it. Then Bhava Baha Dabagni Nirvapana. The material world is a place where you are always experiencing something. Vishaya Vishanale, Diva Nishihi Ajali, burning in your heart. You become free. Bhava Baha Nirvapana. This is all explained in different stages. Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur, everything I can in detail can tell, roughly I can understand. He is also telling about how to become. This stage is going through like, without the sadhana, bhajana kriya. Then you start according to your spiritual master, you do bhajan. Bhaj means to serve. To serve whom? Serve one who is Shebha, is God, or is representative. What service means? That which pleases him. That is service. Otherwise it is not service. It is not devotional service. If he is pleased, he said, Je jatha mam prabodhante tang tadeva bhajana. According to his surrender and service attitude, the spiritual master, if he is pleased, jasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Then Lord is pleased. Then we can make advancement. So he is saying, so tata sadhu santa bhajan kya. If you do bhajan kya, then all the dirty things from the heart, which is unwanted, according to our acharya, there are different things are there. Some is like, he is thinking, I am this body, this thing will go away. I am not this body, actually I am spirit. Ultimately I am a servant of God, of Krishna. And I don't belong to this material world, I belong to the spiritual world. So my business is, I should not be, if I render devotional service, gradually I develop a taste, then all dirty things, my attachment, material attachment, would gradually become less and less as you develop attachment to Krishna and Krishna. Krishna's name, form, beauty, Vasna. So, as you become free from anartha nivritti, anartha means unwanted things. Of course, Prabhupada was preaching internationally, he said, become free from 4 things. But if you see from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's light, then the higher, through higher light you see, light something different. As I said, Swarup Vibram, Asat, Asat Trishna. The Trishna means strongly desiring something. We have got this possessiveness to material thing. This is also Asat Trishna. Aparad. We have so many types of aparad there. One of the most dangerous is Vaishnava aparad. will spoil all our devotional service, everything. So one should never criticize other devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, time to time saying, one can easily become a devotee, provided he does not do paracharcha and criticizing. And otherwise it will all spoil all the time. Positive thing is, everything what you do related to Krishna and Krishna. Something permanent. Other thing, all non-permanent. Just using non-permanent thing, this body and related body to Krishna consciousness. That's all. The best use of bad bargain. So another, then come Nishtha. Nishtha word relates to Nirantar. Nirantar means constantly, 24 hours, engaged in Krishna consciousness. Then Ruchi means taste. Then Asakti, attachment. These are different stages. As you go higher, become more mature. Ruchi, when becomes more mature, it turns into asakti. Just like man, woman has got attachment. Mother has got attachment to son. So then it becomes more mature, it becomes bhava. Bhava matures, come to prema. But even in bhava stage, one can fall down. Example is Jara Bharat. Jara Bharat was in bhava stage, but suddenly he became taking care of become a little compassionate to a just-born baby of a deer. His mother died, so he was taking care of it. As he taking care, sometimes even at the cost of neglecting his devotional service, he was taking care. Being attached, more and more attached. This is what happens to sometimes devotee. And so, being attached, he is looking for him. Suddenly, he fell down in the dark from a mountain and died. So what he was thinking, dear, next life became dear. But he has got consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Next life is always be careful, always think of Krishna. So again, next to that next life, he is born in a Brahmin's family. From the very beginning, he is a great Vaishnava. So you can see how to become a great Vaishnava. It's not an easy thing. Better not jump into that stage quickly. Go step by step. The doctor feels the pulse. Everybody, these ISKCON centers are, our Acharya says, is like a hospital. Here many are coming to become devotee. In other words, many are coming to become cured. They are all diseased materially. So he feels the pulse and gives the medicine. And prescription, you take this medicine, do this. Some of the things are common to everybody. Some could be different. So he tells, do this, do this. So we have to do. And this way we have to do. And we have got doubt, these things are like demon. Sometimes because of doubt, Guru kills all this doubt. By association of Guru, all these doubts will be cured. Otherwise he is not a Guru. Of course, disciple has to be original disciple, Sadguru, Sad disciple. This thing is detailed mentioned in Prabhupada's book. Prabhupada, whatever he said, is called Spiritual Master and Disciple. And there we can find who is a Sat disciple and who is a Sat Guru. See, if there is a good combination of that, the result is good. You have to have a good combination. Guru Tattva is fathomless. Because actual Guru is Krishna. Or you call Radharani. I don't want to get too much into it. And then again, devotional service could two types. One is, you are trying what you have got within, bhakti, That is called Vidhi Marga. Vidhi means rule regulation. We follow rule regulation. But this Vidhi Marga we properly follow, at gradually enter, without our knowledge, enter into spontaneous liking, which he had from his birth, we can say. So Prabhupada also said, from my childhood I have never forgot Krishna. Prabhupada said, in his childhood he used to do all these things, his father, pray. So this is very important, to become a pure devotee. Prabhupada said, two things are very important. If from the childhood one comes in touch with devotional service, is born in a family of devotees or associating with devotees, then in come in touch with a pure devotee, these two times are very important to become a pure devotee. So you see in the life of Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, in the life of Prabhupada, in the life of this even Prahlad Maharaj, when he was in the womb of his mother, Narad Muni was taking care, and what Narad Muni was telling, he could hear. He had the this, in detail, I don't want to go to all these things. I may not remember or may not be telling right, but roughly this is what I know. This is very important. One from the childhood he did, usually if he at all don't do, for some time, gap, but ultimately when he become mature, grown up, he will come back to Krishna. And nobody can shatter his faith. This is Madhyamadikari. Kanishtadikari sometimes can be drifted away. Madhyamadikari, easily nobody can shatter his faith. They can defeat him with argument, but he won't leave devotional service. This is Madhyamadikari. Uttamadikari I don't want to. But Prabhupada expect ISKCON devotee at least should come to Madhyamadikari. Some can go beyond. Some can. This is what his case is different from his childhood. But again in ISKCON, many came to Krishna consciousness maybe because of his past. He may be born in different places. And accordingly, Prabhupada gave them instruction. Something general, something maybe personal, he said. So we should act accordingly. I heard one of our godbrothers was saying that yesterday I was telling, the Agastya Muni is drinking all ocean water. And the demigods knew their demon, their enemy is under the water. Under the water also there are jewels. In order to get that jewel, you have to go deep. But in the water, when you go, there are sharks there. If you go in water, you can be attacked by shark and be killed, finished. So devotional service is something like that also. This drinking water, he is saying it is just like a sadhu sangha, guru sangha. You follow guru's instruction, then he drank all the water. In other words, when there no water, the demon will be exposed and other ferocious animal, living entity, shark, rocks, they cannot live. So if you follow the instruction of Guru, your devotee, you will find you can become free from all this anartha. This is the biggest, the most difficult hurdle to cross. Once one crosses the anartha, then devotional one can fast progress. This is very difficult. Sometimes, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it takes lives to become free from anartha. Many lives. No, Prabhupada sometimes says, these four things you become free from, then you are free from anartha. So there are different angle of vision. So this way I will present, this time, 9 o'clock. So it is not so easy what Guru says to also to do that. Prabhupada said this movement is the movement for building character. Character means habit also, relates to. To change habit is very difficult. But we strictly follow sincerely and seriously what Guru says we can do. So it's a big test everybody is going through. Some survives, some not. Because of surrender. You can any moment surrender, Prabhupada said. We don't. Why? Anybody can say, why you don't surrender? Hey, don't sleep. Why somebody surrenders, somebody does not surrender completely? Anybody can tell? Because of his past. More sinful one is more difficult for him to surrender. But if he surrenders, then things become simple. Then he can. So, Krishna himself is saying, who is pure devotee? Anybody can tell? He's saying, Matchitta. His mind always dwell in him. Now, this is 9 o'clock. Say we got up 3 o'clock, to 3 to 9, 6 hours. 6 into 60, 360. Minute, 360 into 60. I don't know how many. You think of how many times you are thinking of Krishna or anything related to Krishna, Krishna's service, Krishna's devotee service. That is also thinking of Krishna on one side. How much you think. If not, then you're not serving Krishna, serving Maya. So Prabhupada, to teach us, he says, what you think? Prabhupada says, what you do with what I am thinking. Then he says, one day he says, I am praying, and what you pray? I am praying, so that I can always serve Krishna, so that I don't become victim of Maya. Please save me. The moment we don't serve Krishna, at once you will be serving Maya. Krishna or Krishna, serving Maya. It could happen to anybody and everybody. You can see how so many persons slipped from this path. This path is very, very difficult. It is like because razor edge. Purasya dhara. Very difficult. But we always tightly hold the lotus feet by a pure devotee, that means strictly and sincerely, seriously follow, then you can be saved. How much we are following, that we know, is up to us. It depends on our faith, then determination and enthusiasm service. Thus, we have got instruction, Upadeshamrita, would say how we can do it. I don't want to go detail, many things there. Everything we said can be again, can be have each one article can be written. Shraddha. Simply about Shraddha can be said so many things. What type of Shraddha you have got? Shastriya Shraddha or Tattvic Shraddha is one thing. Simply by Shraddha one can make so much advancement. Simply by Shraddha. Prabhupada says there is two Brahmins, and they always say, such Shraddha is talking to the deity, Sakshi Gopal. People know they are just Brahman, one young Brahman, old Brahman. Prabhupada said they are actually pure devotee, both of them. One was Grihastha, one going to become. But both are pure devotee. He is talking with Krishna, the deity, and Krishna is following him. You can think of. Otherwise, Arche, Shiladi, most of them think this is made of stone, they remain stone. Whereas not only deity, even the stone, the pillar, he is such a Bhagavad, he sees nothing but Krishna. His father says, where is Krishna? Is he in this stone? Yeah. How you could say like that? Because wherever he look, he sees nothing but Krishna, either his energy or him. And to please his devotee, he appears. Actually, to some devotee there is nothing. To some devotee there is nothing is material. He does not live in the material world. But you should not tell to common people this thing. He'll ask, what you are saying? You must be crazy. Don't tell him. But devotee, depending on his advancement, he can see. Give an example. Just like an iron rod is iron, no doubt. There is also fire. Fire is different, and iron is different. They put the iron rod in fire, become hot, hot, hot. so hot, it's like a red, look like fire. And sometimes it can be used as fire also. Develop the quality of fire. So devotee, when he's serving 24 hours with body, mind, words, everything, he becomes Krishna. You can feel the presence of Krishna everywhere. You can feel the presence. To a common person, oh, this is where. Another person, he knows how. So this where is the energy of Krishna he can feel. He can feel the energy of Krishna. Simply because if he is eager always to serve, then Krishna reveals to him. It is up to Krishna. It depends on the attitude of the devotee. Up to Krishna being pleased with his service, he reveals. Otherwise, to enter into this bhakti is like a mystery, is difficult. Simply, if somebody renders service, has got a service attitude, the God being pleased, he reveals. Then he can feel his presence everywhere. Shevad mukhehi jivadu swayam eva spurati. With body, mind, words, everything, he is using in the service of Krishna. And he reveals. Thus, though he is in the material world externally, he is in a different plane. He is in a different, so I say realm, he is in a different plane. He is seeing everything for the service of Krishna. He relates to everything. So thus, in one sense, he is seeing nothing but Krishna. He is seeing nothing but Krishna. Krishna or Krishna's energy. So we can enter into Ragmarg, then eyes are anointed. Whatever he sees nothing. All in the service of his Guru, he sees. These things are higher and higher going. I won't go into all these things for various reasons. You can see Narad Muni's life. How Narad Muni, Prabhupada wrote, once Narad Muni had an association with the Lord. And you want to see him again, his own endeavor, we can also. But if unless God himself wants, he cannot see. The God, Krishna told him, Narad, this life, you cannot see me again. Just to increase your eagerness towards me, I won't come to you now, appear. You may try. He tried many times. Increase. So you have to, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us how we can feel separation, develop feeling of separation from Krishna. That is called Vipralammo Seva. Then, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's method. He taught the Goswamis, and the Goswamis showed how they did devotional service. We should accept the Goswami's method as ideal case. So much so that he won't feel like sleeping, he won't feel like eating. You can't do it artificially. You can't do it artificially. Don't do it artificially. Then you'll fall down. At once fall down. Don't do artificial. You get a higher taste, you'll be disgusted with materialistic way of life. Materialistic way of life means sense gratification. Life of sense gratification. That is material. And when trying to please Krishna, a spiritual life. Very spiritual. So more we relish devotional service, we will detest sense gratification. Detest sense gratification. And you can see how much we conquer the senses. It's very difficult. His senses are almost most formidable senses. Most formidable. Who has conquered senses? Please raise hand. Tell. But even Indra cannot, even sometimes higher being cannot. But if we engage in the service of Krishna, then it is possible. That is one of our Acharya See, I think Vishwanath Chakravarti or Baladev Vidya was saying, mind, body, senses, everything. Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, every moment engage for the pleasure of Krishna, thereby he can. Though Lord can be Ajita, he can be conquered. But if 24 hours whatever I am doing for the pleasure of Krishna, then it may not be difficult. Though Lord is Ajita, but he has got like that. This is not easy. Because sense and sense object are the relation from time immemorial. And we have got a tendency to become victim of the sense object. From time immemorial. How can you give up so quickly? Very. Nivritta tarsai rupogyo mana. Bhavaushadi chatra mano virama. Ka uttama sloka gunarnubhadar. Gunarnubhadar. Who can constantly glorify Krishna's name, form, beauty. Virajyata bina posubna. Virajyata. Bina posubna. One has given up. Unless one gives up. Posubna, posubna. One is killing the soul. This whole material civilization is a killing soul civilization. Killing the soul. How killing the soul? They don't know I am this body. They know I am this body, that is Asura, and try to enjoy the body. More subtle way, enjoy the other senses, mind, It's a whole civilization, a soul-killing civilization. He cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness. He cannot glorify Krishna constantly. Who can? He said, Nivritta, one who is Nivritta, Tarsai, one who has given up this strong desire. Tarsai, Trishna, Tarsai means Trishna. Trishna means desire, strong desire, Trishna. As we are very thirsty. I want water, I want water. Nivritta, exhausted with this, Nivritta. No, I don't care. That is the Goswami. Nidra ahara vijito. They are not thinking of their food or drinks, they are sleeping. You can do that. Forcibly you cannot do unless you have got a taste of Krishna consciousness. So they have no time in sleeping and eating. Taking little matha, little chana roti. This is our ideal example. But we shouldn't copy it. We should go. There are symptoms, different stages. This is mentioned. Our acharyas, this one is Madhurya Kadumbini. If you want to know my status in Krishna consciousness, you can consult Madhurya Kadumbini. There are different stages or phases even given. You can know our, shall I say, status quo in devotional status, where you are situated. 9:15. How long will go? I don't like to say all big talks. Very difficult. It's easy to say, difficult. When you ask ourselves where I am situated, we can know. So Prahlad Maharaj, pure devotee means Paramahamsa. There is in the Sattva Yuga, the people are called Hamsa. The Hamsa means swan, in other words, has got there are many types of birds, say crow is also a bird, swan is also a bird. So devotee, pure devotee, and common people like crow, they get delight in garbage. Crow delight in garbage, so garbage means has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. That is, most of the people are after, they feasting. So many literatures. But the Srimad Bhagavatam meant for Paramahamsa. Who is Paramahamsa? The swan. Characteristic is there's the milk and water. Water has no substance, but milk is like nectar. Atma is also called nectar. He is immortal. So Atma relishes only nectar, that is Krishna consciousness. So Paramhamsa means who takes the essence. He takes what is related to Krishna, other thing he rejects. This is a pure devotee. Matchitta, matkata prana, bodhyanta parasparam, kathantascha mam nittam, tushyanti chanamanti cha. Right now, our attachment is Krishna consciousness, one thing. Who knows? I think in general, most of it is like prasad. This much attachment we have, I find. Of course, I don't mean everybody is like that. Of course, other people like spreading Krishna consciousness, distributing. So, everything is given in Prabhupada's books and we follow strictly with conviction. In association with the devotees, everybody, there is chance to go back to God. Prabhupada said, everybody, it is open for everybody, but everybody won't go. Why? Some professor, Prabhupada was asking, why everybody can't go? Everybody goes to school, millions. How many become PhD? You can count in hand, 1, 2. So millions going to school. Because there is a sieving process, screening, filtering, many unwanted things, not qualified, they are rejected. The same thing. Sometime, if 70% come and start movement, as the days goes, we see number decreasing. At least those are old. Old faces are less. As you go further, you find less, more less. Why? He has got taste in something else. Or he is doing opera. Cannot stay. Then again, on top of it, simply staying is not enough. You have to make advance. And this is written how to make. Here is Prahlad Maharaj. It's correct. We saw Prabhupada. Prabhupada will be after breakfast, I saw 1 hour he takes rest. After noon prasad, 1 hour he takes rest. At night, I heard, in general, 2 hours he sleeps. So out of 24 hours, he's giving 4 hours for relaxing. But I understand, when he is relaxing, still he is thinking of Krishna consciousness. Once he was coming, traveling, with his secretary from Chennai to Calcutta. At night, everybody went to sleep, maybe 10, 12 o'clock, winter nights maybe. Suddenly, his secretary heard Prabhupada is calling him. Prabhupada, what happened? Nothing. You get up. So, what you want me? Get some notebook and pen. I have got a good idea about preaching. What does it mean? That means he appears to be going to take rest, but he is thinking of how to preach Krishna consciousness. In other words, he is using every moment in service of Krishna. These are ideal case. You can learn a lot. Prabhupada will be distributing book like some other time. In early days, took sannyas. No, before taking sannyas, he was, or maybe taking sannyas, he was staying in Radha Damodar. Sometime at night he may not sleep even. I don't want to go detail on this thing. And sometime he will go time, he has no money. He will go to Delhi and stay in some place. Temple, this is a place of pilgrimage. I went there. You can go. Chipadi Lane, something called. There is temple building, Radha Krishna. From there he will go, after printing thing, to a place where what he writes whole day. The pressman manager, he will preach to press manager, always say, Swamiji, you pay the bill. Then Prabhupada will preach to him because he has no money. But still he doesn't mind. He has to face all these humiliating situations, pay the bill. And Prabhupada will preaching to him, I will give you. And he will be personally like a newspaper boy. In the Connaught place he will be distributing book. Distributing his magazine back to Gadai. Going to tea stall. At that time Connaught place is nothing. I remember 74. Maybe 20 years before. 54, I think. Roughly. Or maybe after. Not before. And it is sometime Delhi, very, very hot. Because desert is not very far, Rajasthan. And just to save few anna, that means 1/4 or 1/16 of rupee, few kilometer walk. You can go by bus, Prabhupada will be walking. It's so hard days he had, no money. So Krishna tested him. And sometime also, he couldn't tolerate that heat. He couldn't tolerate. People has to come and help him now. Giving him water, splashing. This is Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha means you know his life detail, which you may not get officially. You know how much a sadhu for Krishna he can go, how much risk he can take, how much sacrifice, dedication he has to become pure. Simply by sadhu sangha you can become free from various. Narad Muni had associated with the sadhus. He was not interested in game. It's a very nice idea. Read it out. Where did it go? I'm telling his yeah. He's telling Hey there. Saying. See, little bit reading our Narad Muni's life. Narad Muni was telling when he was a little boy, and he was associating, serving the sadhus with his mother, I was very much attached to those sadhus. I was gentle in behavior. All my sins were eradicated in their service. In my heart, I had strong faith in them. I had subjugated the senses. I was strictly following them with body and mind. Eh? As they were living, those Bhakti Vedantis, who were very kind to poor-hearted soul, instructed me in that most confidential subject, which is instructed by the personality of Godhead himself. Then he says, Prabhupada purport says, these are the necessary qualifications of a prospective candidate who can expect to be elevated to the position of a pure, unadulterated devotee. Such a candidate must always seek the association of a pure devotee. One should not be misled by a pseudo devotee. He himself must be plain and gentle to receive the instruction of such a pure devotee. A pure devotee is a completely surrendered soul unto the personality of Godhead. He knows the personality of Godhead as the supreme proprietor and all others as his servitor. And by the association of pure devotees only, one can get rid of all his sins accumulated by mundane association. A neophyte devotee must faithfully serve the pure devotee, and he should be very much obedient and strictly follow the instructions. These are the signs of a devotee who are determined to achieve success even in the existing duration of life. Hare Krishna. This is. So I don't want to distinguish this, that I'm telling some of the things which Prabhupada said. Any comment? I know there are many higher things that I don't want to get. It's a big thing. What Prabhupada is saying, he asked me to repeat. That's all. When you try yourself, you become. So, wow. So people come here and pay Dandavat, this, that. This is one type of Shraddha, but this Shraddha is not Siddha, because Tattvic Shraddha, Shastriya Shraddha.
Guru Maharaj, how to go forward from this prasharam attachment?
It is good. You follow the, here it says, for a pure devotee says, you follow his instruction. Yeah. If you are very eager, if you cry for it, Krishna is within your heart, he will help to meet a pure devotee. And then you follow. If you really, your heart cries for Krishna, then he is within our heart. He'll help. Yeah.
Prabhupada said in the books to read the books in order, but that he gave few books from all the scriptures that for us, not to be bewildered by so many scriptures.
Yeah.
And he told to read in order, but I see now that these topics, and some topics are more important, so we have to maybe skip on some chapters to get first the priority topics and then the less important. So what
Something is general, something is specific. You have problem and ask devotees whom you have faith and see how he dispel your doubt. I already said to him, one is sincere and how much eager he is crying for it, Krishna accordingly he will guide you. Does it make sense? You have to be also eager, you have to be also qualified, you have to also be sincere in the beginning. If you are not sincere, that much hankering eager you are, accordingly Lord will also reciprocate. I tell you one case. One guy, common guy, he is thinking he has got in his life, so-called, people ask for, it's there, he has got money, building, sense getting. He's frustrated. So he's thinking, better to die, commit suicide. But before that, he is thinking, if there is such thing like some of our well-wisher, God or something, please help me. Please help me. He was day after day thinking like that, otherwise I will finish my life. I don't find anything, life has got any meaning to live. Understand? He had the habit of fishing. So one day he thought, oh, nothing is happening, let me go and fishing. Went fishing. Fishing means usually you have to have a lot of patience. So a long time passing. At one point he is getting impatient. So he found something got stuck, but it is not moving. So what is it? There must be no fish, something else. So along the string he is going down, he is thinking maybe it will snap. The string, better go down the water. Because it's not moving, maybe got stuck with something, stone, this, that, going down. Suddenly he got wet and found some object got stuck. He could feel could be a box or something. Then he brought it out. He said, "Can he can carry? He can carry? Yes, he can." Okay, he's gradually brought it. So the box is sealed. The box is sealed. So what to do? Okay, break the seal. So he break the seal. Open it. He found one book. He found one book. The book is written exactly like this. It was in German, written Bhagavad Gita as it is. Anybody from German? He is from Dutch, near German. What is called Germany? Bhagavad Gita as it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is. So he started, what is this book? More he is reading, more getting more and more absorbed. He said, what I was asking is all the answer is there. Now who answered this thing? What the common people will say this thing? God is within our heart, He is guiding. Now see what I say. Now see, you get your answer. He's getting all the answer. He said, I have got many questions. Oh, then let me see where this book come from. He found out. He went there, he said, give me all this book, all your book. I have got money. You buy all the book? Yeah. You have read this book? Yeah. Then they asked him, why you want to buy all this book? Then he told the story. He said, give me all I want to read. He's going to the temple? I don't know, we can maybe be devotee or something. So does that answer your question? Does it make sense to you?
Yes, but I still don't understand the...
The thing is, Lord is within your heart. He will guide you. But He wants to see how eager you are, how badly you want. You understand? Why otherwise this will happen to him? Lord is pleased with him, He is sincere. We may not be honest to ourselves also. We may have other aspirations. Yes or no? Then God knows he will die otherwise. He is thinking, I will die unless I get this answer. That means he is very serious. Yeah? We think like that? No, let me go to my mother and then I will chant Hare Krishna. Again come back, again chant Hare Krishna. Again I go to eat this and see my father and then come. No. He is saying, I will die. I am going to die. Unless I see somebody is guiding me. And somebody came. Bhagavad Gita came to him means Krishna came in one sense. Bhagavad Gita is not different from Krishna. Now how you act? Would you act like that? You act? Look for people, all these things written here. Act according to gradually make progress. Again he will see how free are you. Does it make sense? Yeah. समझा था? बोला हम मर जाएगा, करेंगे या मरेंगे, कोई हमको है, कोई भगवान है, हमको गाइड करेगा, तो नहीं तो हम मर जाएंगे। तो गया देखा, अरे ये तो सब हमारा सवाल जितना है इसका जवाब है इसमें। So many meaningful questions and answer is there. We don't know even how to ask, but Arjuna is asking. On behalf of us, Arjuna is asking. Arjuna is Krishna's answer, but on behalf of us. Who can tell? I have control over my senses. Anybody? I have control over my mind? Raise hand. Mind is this one. Here we are sitting. My mind may be going somewhere else, isn't it? I am going to my country, my father, my mother, my career, my attachment. That is not going in this case. Prahlad Maharaj is Mahabharata. There is also spontaneous. Whatever you are chanting Hare Krishna, this is by force you are doing, isn't it? That's called Vidhi Bhakti. It's like a dog, it's like a horse. You want to go that way. A foolish, no, go this way. That is what you are doing now. Because from time immemorial, all senses are like monkey, going here, going there. And you get a test by association with the pure devotee. Then gradually you become less. More test, you will slacken our attachment to material. Now many we are attached to, but out of sight, maybe out of mind. But the moment go there, again attached. Comes up, isn't it? But some may not be affected because of his advancement. He won't, when he attached, he won't give in. Does it make sense? Because he knows, he has conviction, he has got realization. Param Dishta Nivartate. He has Param Dishta. Param means supreme. Dishta. He has experienced something higher. So he is not carried away. So nobody is there, you can do sinful activity. Some may not easily do. Isn't it? Why he is not doing? He has got higher taste. He may be knowing that he is being watched. He is being watched. He is being heard. What is mentally thinking? Somebody just you do without touching a flower, you smell without touching the flower. So Lord being within the heart, you can also sense what is your desire. No? Janardhan, what do you think? God cannot know your desire, what you have got, how sincere you are? Yeah? Yes or no?
Difficult.
You think God is like you?
So Prabhupada's the instructions are preliminary, and then they come specific. The specific replace the general, or the general.
What do you think? You ask a question. You dispel your doubt. Where your attachment is. You will come and cut to pieces. You are tied up on his feet. You stay in the temple, it is nirgun. Act what Guru said, you will become nirgun. Otherwise, even in a mode of goodness, still you are tied up, your condition. You have to go beyond. To go beyond. devotee is thoughtful, think of where you are situated. Think of where you are situated first. You will know. There are books there you can know where you are situated. You have read Bhagavad Gita well? You are not sure. Huh? You read it thoroughly?
Yes, I'm trying.
Sometime. What does it mean?
No, I'm trying.
You try. You have to. So this is 9:40. I have some restriction from doctor not to talk about. Anybody any comment? হ্যাঁ? What to say? আপনি কিছু বলবেন? মহারাজ কিছু বলেছে বলুন। আমি একটা পার্সপেক্টিভে বলছি এরা কি কতটুকু কি জেনে আমি বলছি কিন্তু এর চেয়ে বেশি আমি বলতে চাই না নানা কারণ You believe what is in Bhagavad Gita? Do you believe what is written in Bhagavad Gita? This is not faith. You say, I believe this portion, other portion. Believe whatever is Krishna said. Sarvam etad ritam mane, janmang badashike sava. Krishna knows all. Krishna will test everybody. He is testing all of us. He is testing. Every moment you are tested. Moment you are tested. Faith is very important. It's an implicit faith. Implicit faith. It's an implicit faith. Then everything will be revealed. Implicit faith. Now darkness gone, the light come, you can see the improper perspective. It's dark, you cannot see the reality. Though there is provocation, one won't be affected. It's very difficult, huh? In a provoking situation, how many percent can remain undisturbed? Huh? Very difficult. I won't tell stories. Guru Maharaj is telling. I don't want to say. I like that.
What story?
The newspaper story.
I don't know which one.
Instead, one guy got married just for some time. His wife is there, wife time to time goes to his father's house. When he goes, he's not coming. He said, don't come. I will go back again. But the husband is going. And then the wife said, don't let him with me, stay with me. He asked his brother. But he won't. He wants to be with his wife. He has to break open the door and go. How strong attachment. Go. Very difficult. Very difficult. Attachment. Cutting, you can think of. How long he has seen this woman? How is that? So all of us, this is short time attachment. From time immemorial, we are attached to so many things. Cut all this nonsense. Very difficult. I don't want in detail so many stories like that. Very difficult. Cut off attachment. Easy to say, that is why I don't say everything. We have to know where we are situated. Accordingly tell. Tell Guru said this, too much don't tell. I say, he said this. He himself has no control. What is this? Any more question? It's easy to say, but difficult. Very, very difficult. Sometimes impossible appears. But by the mercy of the Vaishnava, gradually possible. Possible. Otherwise, why one is staying? As long as you sincerely try, you will be successful one day. You may fail, again try. Fail, again try. No success. And determined, Krishna will help. He follows the Sadguru, follows previous such. Very difficult otherwise. This path is very difficult. Big guys drifted away from this path. So one saintly person, he was asked, all the big devotees going away. I don't understand. Then leader said, don't be surprised if everybody goes away. Huh? Yeah, it's not so easy. Then, be surprised if somebody stays. If somebody stays, be surprised. Right? He's still doing devotional service. He's gone. Be surprised. Now think of this sentence. Then you'll understand. Don't be surprised if everybody goes away. You all the big guns going away. Don't be surprised. Not only big gun, everybody goes away. But be surprised if somebody stays. How many stays? In our childhood days we read some হারাধনে 10টি ছেলে রইল না তা কেউ মনের দুঃখে বনে গেল কাঁদে ভেউ ভেউ. He's simply crying. Everybody is going away. He is left. I remember when I was a little boy, he used to read in school one story. He has got many brothers, and gradually one of them go away. Sometime one experienced this. So one saintly person was asked, somebody is asking, why everybody is big all going away? He said, well, everything is there in my book, but don't be surprised. Even everybody goes away. Not so easy. But be surprised if somebody is still staying. Now you think over it. I don't tell much. It's not so easy. Don't think it. Difficult. That's why Prabhupada said, it is open for everybody, but everybody won't be going to the university. It is open, anybody can go to the university. It is open. But everybody won't go. Why? You have to qualify. You have to make yourself eligible. Then you go. Then you become Mahabharata. Then you become Paramahamsa, then you become pure devotee. You qualify. Qualification is given. Ah, 10 to 10. I don't like to say this big talks. It's difficult. I don't want to say much. At least Prabhupada said all devotees should try, at least become at this intermediate stage. That he should try to preach, try to develop love for God, innocent people try to bring to Krishna consciousness, avoid atheist, make friendship with devotees.